first time seeing my face, please don't hesitate to subscribe and join the fun. So this is my first YouTube video, and I decided for the first video on my channel I would do a introducing myself or a get to know me. So I went on my Instagram and I asked to send me questions about like my life, my baby, things like that, things people just want to know. And so I'm just gonna answer these questions. Okay, first question, how old are you? I'm 23 years old. My birthday is April 10th, 1997. So I just turned 23 this year. Okay, where do you live? I live in California. If you can live anywhere in the US, where would you live? Probably like Colorado or something, like the trees, the winter, all that. I think it's very cute, and I would love to raise my daughter there. Do I have any siblings? I do. I have 2 sisters, 1 brother that I grew up with, but I do have half siblings like that I didn't grow up with, but still are siblings, and I have 2 sisters. What made you want to start YouTube? So I have been watching vlogs and lifestyle videos and fashion videos and things of that nature since I was in high school. And my mom would always ask me, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? You know, you love watching these videos. It's pretty simple. You're just showing your life. I was always just like, I don't think anyone wants to hear what I'm gonna talk about, or I don't think I have anything interesting to show. And just recently, since having my daughter, I just feel like I don't want to miss anything in her life, and all the time I would have these videos that I can always look back on and that she can look back on. Favorite thing to do on my free time? My family is really big on game nights and having like little get-togethers and things like that. It's been a little difficult since the coronavirus and everything like that, but I love to play games with my family and have like barbecues and things like that. It's usually what I like to do. Okay, how has the pandemic affected you personally? So when California kind of started going on like lockdown and things like that, I had just given birth to my daughter, so it was really hard because not the fact that I had to stay at home and all that other stuff, because I had just had a newborn, so I would be staying home anyway. It was more so, okay, I don't know when this is gonna end. I don't know what my daughter's future is gonna look like. It's just really scary because it's very bad or detrimental to newborns, and so it was really scary to me to hear about this disease that's going around that there's no cure for, and my baby is a week old, 2 weeks old, so far it's just making me very scared for her future. How old is your daughter? My daughter is 5 months old. She just turned 5 months old on the 20th, so she's just so perfect. Okay, how did you pick her name? So for those of you that don't know, my daughter's name is Kennedy. And before, I thought I heard her waking up. So before I got pregnant, I always loved the idea of boy names for girls. That is totally my daughter waking up. So of course she wanted to be a part of the mommy questions. Okay, so how did you pick her name? My mom she used all K names for my siblings and I. And so I was just obsessed with the letter K, just how you write it in cursive, and just everything about a K name is so beautiful to me. So I knew that I wanted my daughter to have a K name, just so it's kind of like something we kind of share. And then I was thinking about names, and I have a few other names. I have all my children's names picked out when they come to be. But I always said if I have a daughter first, her name would be Kennedy. And then I didn't know how I wanted to spell it, but I wanted it to be more girly and dainty, even though it is more of a universal name. So I threw an I at the end instead of a Y. And she's and I love her name. I was always in love with her name, and I'm just happy that I had a daughter so I can use the name. What is your favorite thing about your daughter? Obviously everything, you know. But to entertain this question, I guess now she's really starting to vocalize and use her voice, and she's starting to coo a lot, and her face when she is doing her little talking is so cute to me. Like, I'm obsessed with her. Like, she's so cute. She's so perfect. So I guess I'd say that is probably my favorite thing. What is your favorite part about being a mommy? So this is my first and only baby. You know, I'm new to this game, but my favorite part about being a mommy is probably the fact that now, like, when I walk into a room, she knows who I am. Like, she's like getting really excited. She's kicking her legs. She's just so happy to see me. Like, I'm by far her favorite person, you know. And just knowing that I will always have someone in my corner that will love me regardless of all my faults and my downfalls and mistakes, you know. She's always just going to know that I'm like her mom, obviously. So I just think that's the best part. Are you done? You're looking at what I'm doing? Okay. What is the toughest part about being a mommy? So far, you know, I've only been doing this thing for 5 months, you know, but they say it starts when they're in the womb. Like, a woman becomes a mother, you know, the second she becomes pregnant. I think, she's trying to be in it. I think the toughest part about being a mommy right now is that I have to remember that she has to learn to do things by herself, you know. If it was up to me, I would do everything for her. Are you gonna throw up here? I would do everything for her. I would, you know, she doesn't like to do tummy time at all. Like, she screams and cries, and it's just so difficult. So, you know, so it's things like that that I'm like, okay, if I don't push her and I don't, you know, sometimes force her to do things that she maybe doesn't want to do at this moment, then she's never going to thrive. She's never going to progress and grow. And I feel like that's really tough because no mother wants to see her baby crying, especially when it's something as simple as they just want to be picked up, or, you know, just things like that. I just feel like that's so far been really difficult for me. The most complicated thing about becoming a first-time mom, when I first read that question, I thought that the two were similar, but I feel like for me, the most complicated thing is that, so I am a first-time mom. I've never done this before. And it's tough because I have all these wise people in my life trying to help me out and give me advice. And while as I want to take that advice because these are women and individuals that have done this before and they know about things that maybe I don't know about, but I find it complicated because I want to do things my way. And you know, every baby's different. They have different personalities, and they learn things at different paces. So I feel like I'm constantly trying to fight with comparing my parenting style and my daughter to how generally all babies are, I guess. So I find that very complicated. You're being so cute. Okay. Oh, interesting. How is raising a mixed child so far? Well, I wanted to touch on this because there's so many things I can say about having a mixed child with me being a black woman. I get comments from people saying, oh, don't worry, she's gonna have good hair. Or before I would get pregnant, people would say, oh, I saw these mixed babies earlier and it just made me think, like, I can't wait for you and your boyfriend to have a baby. And I'm like, it's so hard for me not to be offended by these comments and things like that. And I'm trying to condition myself to, and that's that little coo face I was talking about. I want to try to condition myself to not lash out at these people for these comments, because maybe, you know, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I try to make it like, okay, maybe they weren't saying that thing or that comment because they were trying to hurt me or to, you know, give like a backhanded comment to any child that I would produce. I just feel like when those comments are made, I don't want her, you know, I can't protect her from everything. And I don't want her to grow up and think, well, because I'm mixed, I have good hair. Or because I'm mixed, I'm more beautiful. Or things like that. So it's very difficult so far, but she is only 5 months. So those challenges and those ways of her thinking haven't really come up yet. But I just feel like if I can mentally prepare for them now, I can better help her to understand things and understand how to treat people, and things to say to people are just things that you shouldn't really comment on because you don't know who you're going to offend. So, okay. I hope I answered that. I don't know. You want to say something? How was it like? Tell them. How was it like? What was giving birth like? Okay. So they say it hurts, right? Actually, let me start here. So my older sister, she has 3 babies. And when I got pregnant, she was trying to prepare me for those things, and she would tell me about it, and it seemed like the worst thing you can go through, you know? And but she said, with all of that pain, all of it, when you're done, when, you know, it's over, you forget about all the pain. Like, you literally forget. Like, I remember it being painful, but to the extent that it was, I can't pinpoint it. So, with that being said, so my labor took 7 hours. I'm gonna go over it briefly, because if you guys want to know about that, I can do like a whole story time with like detail and everything, and you know, because it's pretty vivid still. It was midnight of February 20th, and I remember I was laying in bed. I got like this sharp pain in my stomach, and I was like, whoa, and then I had to go to the bathroom. So I get up and I go to, like, I'm on my way to the bathroom. Before I get like 2 steps, I started feeling like I'm peeing, and I was like, there's no way I'm just pissing right now. There's no way. So then I started I felt like almost instantaneously I started feeling the contractions, and I was like, it wasn't that bad yet. It was bad enough for me to, you know, turn my face, but it wasn't crazy. So I think my water broke. I waited upstairs for 2 hours on the minute, like, right, I set a timer and everything, and we already had the bags packed and everything, so I was just like, all right, let's go, you know, I can't wait. We go to the hospital. They get me checked in, and they were like, okay, we're gonna check to see how dilated you are, because if you're not far along enough and your contractions aren't progressing, then we're gonna send you home. Like, if I'm not dilating, I couldn't even think that far. So they checked me, and they were like, okay, well, I forgot what they even said, how far along I was when I got there, but they said my water had broke, and after your water breaks, you have a certain amount of time to get the baby out, or else they have to do like an emergency C-section or something. So I feel like after that it was progressing really fast. Wait a little while for the epidural, but I remember I asked for the epidural like immediately. Like as soon as they said they're gonna check me in, I asked, all right, can I get something for this pain? And they were like, all right, let's wait a little bit, because if we do it too early, it might wear off when it's time to push. So they gave me, I forgot what they gave me. Remember, I woke up around like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I think that's when I got my epidural. So got that. We were worried about if the epidural was gonna kick in fast enough, or if my doctor was gonna get there in time, because I was like at that point, since I started labor, my water broke at midnight on the 20th. I was progressing extremely fast. I thought that when they give you the epidural, completely numb, you don't feel anything, you're, you know, like, what's everybody freaking out about, you know? No, like I still felt it. It was still painful. And it was 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was just thinking, I was like, I'm not gonna do this for much longer. Mentally in my head, I was like, I'm done with this. Like, so 7 o'clock started pushing. 10 minutes later, my beautiful baby girl was there. You're in that much pain for so long that like when the baby's out, all the pain magically gone. Looked at my daughter, they put her on me, started crying. She was so cute. But you know what's crazy though? When I first looked at her, I was kind of confused. I was like, she really came out. The concept was crazy. I was like, how did I create something? And things that I never even thought about were so perfect. Like I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think that she would have eyebrows. Oh my God, I forgot that she would even have hair. She came out hair like crazy, 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 crazy. And I was like, oh, like I didn't think she was gonna be skinny or a tiny. She was 6 pounds. I forgot, 6 pounds something ounces. So she was relatively small, I guess, but she was really long. So just things I never thought to think about were just like, she's like a real person, you know, and she just exceeds all my expectations. Every single one. Every single one. I couldn't picture her before I saw her. Like, she's everything. She's everything. Longest story ever. Anyway. How has becoming a mom changed your view on love? So, this is a good one. I like this question. So, how I'm taking this question is love overall. I feel like when you love someone and truly love someone, not infatuated with them, not lusting for them, things like that. When you truly love someone, you have to understand that this person is an entire person. They have their quirks, they have their, you know, insecurities. They have all these pieces to them that make them that person. And I feel like it's very difficult to sometimes truly love a person for everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. So I feel like since becoming a mom, I really appreciate that. Like some things that, even at 5 months, some things that I already see in her that, you know, necessarily are going to, like, bad qualities. You know, everyone has bad qualities. I don't mean that my daughter has issues or she's anything, but she's a human being. She's gonna have downfalls. So I just feel like with all that she is and all that she's going to be, I have to understand that my idea of her and who I want her to be might not be who she is. So, and I love her with everything inside of me. So with that love that I have for her, I have to understand that sometimes we might not agree. Sometimes she might want to do things that I know are not the way to do them, and I want to try to fix them and do it for her, but I have to love her anyway, because all those little things that might frustrate me or make me sad or any of those feelings, I still have to accept her and love her still. And I feel like I can take that with any relationship that I have with, you know, significant others and family members and friends is you can't make people be who you want them to be, and you can't try to force people to be certain things in order to love them. If you're gonna love someone, you need to take all that makes them them and still say I love you. Last question. What new milestones has Kennedy reached? So right now, she's eating solids now. I get her little baby food thing, and she's eating that. That's really cool. Like, I feel like I'm gonna start wanting to learn how to cook and create healthy meals and stuff, because eventually she's gonna start. It's just easier if she's eating when I'm eating, so I'm not making two separate things. Actually, yeah, she's been vocalizing a lot. She's been like, she gets caught in that rhyme. What's it called? I think there's a name for it, but like when you make a sound and then she makes a sound back, and this, like, she's very good at that. Face recognition has been crazy. Like, the constant people in her life, when they like say hi to her or they greet her when they walk in and stuff like that, her face just lights up and she's so happy. And she knows like who mom is, who her dad is, like who her grandmas are. Hasn't even started scooting yet. So I feel like that's because I don't put her on her stomach like I should, because she doesn't like it. But I feel like I'm just gonna have to do that because I don't know. But she's sitting up really well. She likes to not stand on her own, but like if I hold her hands, she'll like stand on my legs, and her legs are crazy strong. I think that's about it. I mean, she's only 5 months, you know. So if you would like, I can give you more updates on everything Ken, because that's also things I want to showcase on my channel. That about wraps it up for my introducing me video. And so if you'd like to see more videos about me and my life, my daughter, things like that, please don't hesitate to subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos.